Hello.
Oh, hello. Sorry. Now I was just strolling. I was like reading stuff going, I didn't hear the doorbell.
Um,
Oh,
can
you
you
don't
hear
think
me?
I can hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes, but not very loudly. Here, let's try that.
Okay. Hello. Want me to sing?
Oh, that's better.
Okay.
Can
Good
you
to
hear the
know.
movie in the background?
No, 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 we're good.
Okay.
All righty. Okay.
All right.
Where are we?
I have my kid and I wasn't supposed to have her today. So I've got Polly Pockets, I've got movies. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. Okay.
Okay.
So how it's gone is it's been a challenge to find time with my daughter home and the lack of structure and New Year's Eve and Christmas. And it's just me. Like my sister's in Niagara. We went to Niagara for 2 days, which I wasn't planning to, but it was the only time I could get down there. I'm trying not to be full of excuses, but the days have blurred together and I'm frustrated.
Okay. You know what? Here's what you have to learn. And this is the reality.
But you say this to me all the time.
No, well, yes and no, but you can't. But here's the problem. I won't say this to you much more, but I will say this: Christmas, like it's just. Here's the thing. So, for example, I was taking this course all through Christmas, and I was taking Christmas Day off and yesterday afternoon off, and I worked like an insane person to get this course done before I leave next week, right? But even I felt a shift in, like, if it was a regular Monday, I could work to 7, but all of a sudden I know it's Boxing Day. So even though I'm here by myself, it's like the energy of the world, the cell is way different. And I'm like, well, I should be moving quicker because I've got this focus time by myself. Now I still worked a lot, but I might have worked like to say 2 or 3 in the afternoon when I would have normally worked to 7. And there is this energy where everybody has shut down and is slowed down, even though I wasn't. Like, there was nobody here, I didn't have to be responsible for it, I didn't have a kid. And I thought, oh, but you still feel it. Like, you feel it, you know what I mean? So Christmas is a tough one,
I've,
right?
I've, I've struggled. I naively thought I would have these big blocks of time,
Yeah,
but I haven't. It's still been 15, 20, half an hour
yeah.
here. And there's been some shifts in my, say hi. Hi. Okay, baby.
Hello.
I've been like, went out for a walk with her today. She stayed up till midnight on New Year's Eve. So she's still, and then I have to, but the Niagara trip threw me for a loop. Um, I don't know. You always think I thought I had all this time, and it's not like I've sat around. Um,
No. So let me tell you this. Let me just tell you, the only way you're going to do this, and you're not going to want to hear it, but you, anything that you read the book and
yeah,
anything that you want done, you have to do first,
yeah,
right? And that's just that. Like, because you can now say, well, I thought this and that, I thought that. And I've done the same, where when I had to get that podcast out, let me tell you, when I decided to do that in 3 weeks,
yeah,
you can say, well, I have my business, I got all day to do it, but I have clients, I have you, I have work, I have meetings. So I had to get up earlier, and I would look, and there'd be 130 emails that came in overnight, and I have to use my toes and dig in and say, here's what I'm doing, and here's what's going to happen. So the thing is, if it's done first thing in the morning, I know you won't feel this way, but initially you're freshest because your brain, like, once you get your brain in routine from being tired,
yeah,
you're freshest. And then if you end up going to dinner with your sister because this week it's her birthday, and last week she fought with her husband, and now it's raining and your child has a flu. If you do all those things, which happens with life, what happens is you might be dragging your ass at 6 o'clock at night, but you're dragging your ass at your sister's having dinner. You might be
right.
dragging your ass watching a Disney movie at 7 o'clock at night with your daughter, but you're watching a Disney movie. And I did that for years. I would think I only did it differently than you. What would happen is I would have my business, and then I'd have something new I had to learn for my business. And I'd say, okay, fine, I'll try to get it all done early, and I'll try to get it done at 4 or 5.
I can't right now. I'm sorry.
And
Sorry.
that's okay. And I would try to get it done 4 or 5. And I think I could do that afterwards. But 4 or 5 would lean into 6 or 7 and 8 or 9. And all of a sudden I'm going to start this project.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry.
And then I would start this project at 11 o'clock at night, right? So all the other stuff you're doing, life happens, and you can't be agitated because you have a daughter. You can't be agitated because you're a sister. And if you don't set up a protective thing in the morning, what's going to happen is even when you do these things, you're going to be stressed out all the time.
I know we have the recordings, but I find I like writing notes, even just a few things while we talk. Sure. So I just find
whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't seem to get back to the recordings like sometimes at the beginning, but so I was very successful in a few days of the 5:30 wake up. What happened was on the weekend, I don't have to wake up early anymore, and I slept in and it completely screwed me up. So I think if I do this 5:30 in the morning thing, I have to do it every day.
I would tell you too, because here's the thing. You keep telling me you're racing against time and money. So what I would tell you is, to be harsh, there is no reason for you not to be doing it on Saturday and Sunday and get up and get more work done. So if you get up at 5:30 and then you get to work to 9 instead of 8, then you'll say, oh my gosh, you'll get into a routine and you say, I can really crank it out on Saturdays and Sundays. So you'll know I get X amount of units Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Saturday and Sunday. I mean,
because that's what happened. I was good. I woke up on my birthday. I was like, let's do it. And then as soon as the weekend hit, I kind of went, and then I just got thrown off. I think it has to be like really regimented. I think I'm trying to do this, but not have it as regimented as I need it to be for right now, at least for right now.
And the reality is it's not going to change because you think once you start making revenue for this, then you can justify the expense, and you can. But once you start making revenue for this, here's the thing. If you're busy now, you're going to be busier if you get what you want, because you're going to have clients, and now you have to figure out how to fit the training in to grow your business and the clients. So if you can't manage this, you can't manage that. If you think you're busy now, you don't even have a business. You don't even have any business. You want business, and you're telling me you're too busy now, but
I'm not too busy. I'm not using my time effectively.
Right. So what I'm saying is, then you can't make that transformation because nobody gets that first client and then it drops that second job. Like there has to be a shift, right? A shift. There has to be a shift.
Yes.
So I'm telling you that those who want to be entrepreneurs learn to get up early and stay up late.
Yeah.
And then all you have to remember is no matter how dog tired you are at 7 o'clock at night, whatever you're doing at that point doesn't require that kind of focus.
Yep. That's what I have to do. I just have to wake up I have to be more like systematic and regimented about it. Yeah. I've really, like I have learned with the Google Calendar, I've laxed on it because it looks different these last 2 weeks. I was so proud of myself. I booked in my teaching. I booked in my Modera. I booked in Sam with her dad. I booked in everything. And then it all was different these last couple weeks. But it's made me realize just how important it is to have my time structured, or it just goes. Like I don't even know where it goes. It just goes. If I don't have something scheduled.
Yeah.
Like today, we slept in because we're still recovering from
Christmas.
New Year's Eve. We both stayed up till midnight. That was way late. And then we slept in, and then, but anyway, it was like 2 o'clock and we hadn't had lunch yet.
Yeah.
And then, so we walked over. So like, it's just, I just need, I want her to go back to school.
Yeah.
And I've and I've just found it a little bit challenging like, wasn't it just Christmas a day ago?
Well, I find too that when we used to have much bigger Christmases, John and I, we had this big crazy event that started on the 23rd, and there's 3 events on 24th, then there's 25th, blah, blah. And then the 27th to the 29th, we were often at this cabin with family. And sometimes, because it was in the middle of the woods and snow and stuff, sometimes day 2, I'm still in pajamas. And I said to him one time, I don't know, like I've done more by 9 a.m. than I've done this entire week. And I said, I don't know how I'm going to go back. Like I can't, I got to build a new life somewhere because I don't know how to get myself back to that person so quickly. So when it starts to unravel, it is really hard. And I would tell you that also it's harder on the calendar when you're in the creation stage. Right now, everything you do is in the creation stage. So with me, I have things that I have experience in, and then I have autopilot things, and then I have maintenance things, and then I have a creation period. But my creation period is much smaller than yours because I'm further into the game.
Right.
Where your creation period is like 80-90% of what you do. It's very hard to come in and say, well, I'll do that Monday morning, I'll do that Tuesday night, I'll do that Wednesday afternoon at 3. And so what I would tell you is you really do need to say, okay, if I get up, you know, think of it, play Sylvester Stallone. Rocky has gotten me through many situations. You just think of Rocky's fight. You're getting up, you're doing the training. This is the eye of the tiger. You want to get in the entrepreneur ring, then you get up, you pull a Rocky, and you do that before everybody else gets up.
I love it. Yes. I need to just have that time in the morning to immerse myself in Shift with Cheryl, because then Modere is like all throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
Like Modere is here and there, and I'm answering questions, and I feel like I'm constantly like Shift with Cheryl, Modere mode, parenting, teacher, because I've got a lot going on. Teaching has subsided for now, but I'm going to have to get back into it. And like the new year is huge in network marketing, right? It's like, okay, new goals, new year. Imagine, you know, let's do this, let's do that.
But if that's all done by 7:30 in the morning, then you don't have to switch gears. Like so then you close that book and you move forward.
So would you recommend me doing like 5:30 to 6:30 Shift with Cheryl, and then 6:30 to 7:30 Modere? Like,
no, because I think you've got Modere down pat. And you can do it later. So what I would say to you is I would do 5:30 to 7:30 Shift with Cheryl, and you can do Modere at 2:00 in the afternoon because it's your thing. You've got experience. You can do that with one hand now. Okay. So you can answer questions. You can do it on the fly. You can do whatever. That's your thing. Because it does take you a while. Like right now I'm in the middle of this. There's this big massive project I have to get done before I leave. So I know it's got a lot of moving parts in it, and I have to give somebody on my team like 6 or 7 moving parts to build this thing, and they have to be fully together because when I'm away, I won't be able to answer questions like, where's that, where's this? So I know that on Sunday, I'm going to have to do that early in the morning, get it all ready and done because Monday is full with appointments with you guys and blah, blah, blah. And I can't do it in between stuff because I need to zone in, focus, and create. But Monday afternoon, I can answer emails. I can do stuff on social media. I can send stuff out that I do all the time. It's fine. But you are in a creation and planning stage. So by the time you get everything organized and figure out, you know, and start brainstorming and doing some research, you can't switch 45 minutes later.
That's what I need to do, the create. I did a post today with some content. I was happy with that. Not a lot of action. I find that first thing in the morning and like 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. I don't know if that's just Facebook algorithm or my audience or what, but they're very good for reach. So this one was, I didn't ask a question or anything. I just tried to put some like content, not just a quote. It took me forever. It took me like an hour to do that today.
This one, am I sharing my screen?
No, I don't see it.
Okay, hold on one sec.
It was just something that spoke to me. I connected with it. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah. And that's the thing. You may think, well, this took an hour because you're finding your voice.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. I would rather this take an hour than you tell me I did 6 posts and it took me 30 minutes and then you jump them out all week. So this is it. You are finding your messaging and your voice, and this is huge in marketing. So that might be part of your morning routine in the beginning, especially is like, okay, I have to do some research. I have to do a post. I have to do this. You may have a menu and figure it out. And then once you find your voice, you'll be like, oh, I can bang off 10 posts in 30 minutes and then save them and put them out later in the month. But right now, every day you're finding your voice.
So
Does that make sense?
yeah, absolutely. My commitment is to like put something out every day that has content, like a message from me, not a copy and paste, not a share, not necessarily like that has nothing to do with parenting per se, but I have so many quotes that I take screenshots that I think of that resonate with me. So I'm like, why does this resonate with me? Because of this. So I'm trying to like, before I zone in on that niche, I'm just trying to get the content out. And I know it's going to come as I do this. But I put too much pressure on myself to get like a bang on messages about mindfulness and parenting. And it's just, I'm just not there yet. So I'm just trying to deliver like, you know, a few lines of originality of me. I was really proud of this.
Listen, we're not looking for progress. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. I would rather see you get 10 messages out and 6 be not effective than get 3 messages out that were perfect, because the ones that don't work, you're going to get information back on that as well. And the quicker you fail and the ones that don't work, the quicker you can move on.
Right.
And I had this exact same thing. If you listen to I don't know if you listened to my podcast, and I had this marketer, Jim Edwards, on it, and he's like a big marketer. Like he just won his, like, in the marketing world that I'm in, you have this comma club. So there's a 2 comma club, which means your one product has made $1 million. He just entered the 10 comma club. So he just got his $10 million on one thing. I know. So he was on my podcast. He knows me. We're connected. And I was explaining to him that I put something out about the podcast when I was getting the cover and trying to decide, and I put it in this marketing group he's in. And it was like I threw it into the water and piranhas came and ate it. I was like, okay, you don't like the cover. Slow down. And I said to him, it's really hard to put yourself out there. They were vicious about the cover. Like, they attacked, and there was no need for that. They could have said nicely, like, I think you could do better, right? And he said, Chris, wouldn't you rather fail in 3 hours than find out 3 weeks later it didn't work? Like, you should be thankful for them. And I was like, oh, okay, changed my life. So what I would tell you is the stuff you put out that doesn't work will give you information. So don't agonize about making it beautiful, making it perfect, because right now we're finding your messaging. Okay. Even today, as I told you many times, I'm now switching because I'm getting too many new people, and I'm switching my messaging from talking about your calendar to talking about building your team. So if you want to dominate your market, get more messaging out, have a bigger impact, let me teach you how to build a team, because it's still in time management. And I talk about it in the book. It's just, I need to move you towards getting something versus cutting back on something. Mm-hmm. So somebody asked me today what I was doing, and I explained that to her. I said, I do this, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, you're like a dream catcher. You help people build a team so they can catch their dreams. And I was like, I guess I am. I'll let me write that down. Right.
Nice.
So the point is, the more messaging I put out, the more feedback I get from people. And from those people, I will get words. I will get more.
That's what you've been telling me. That's what you've been telling me. So I'm like, and my whole thing is like, I don't know what to write. I don't want to confuse these people and my teaching and my net. Like, I just got so confused that when I look through all these quotes I have on my phone and on my computer, I have so many quotes, and I snapshotted them because they resonate with me for some reason. Yeah. So I'm looking through them all, and I'm like, I could write about this. I could write about this. I could write about this. So I'm just going to put them out there. Like, I've got some really powerful parenting-ish quotes, and some that are a little, not risque, rude, but just like they have a certain vibe to them. Not just, some people might take offense, or they might go, whoa. And I'm like, no, that's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, my idea is every day to have at least like put some kind of meaningful content out there. And then I know it's going to come. I just have to do it, right? So I was really proud of this, but I am not lying. It took me forever.
Well, I'll tell you the videos that I do every day. So the other day I jumped up, and in an hour I don't even think it took me an hour. I did 16 videos. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But the first 4 weeks that I was doing videos, so these are 1-minute videos for my social media. The first 4 weeks I did these, I had to put hair and makeup on every day, and it would take me an hour to do a 1-minute video trying to find my voice and my messaging. You know, that sounded stupid and I talked too quickly, and then I'm trying to get it perfect, and I was putting too much pressure on myself. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have actual clients. I can't be sitting here spending 2 hours making a video.
Your underwear bugging you? Sorry.
That's all right.
No, I'm hearing you, and that is where I am. Hair,
So
like even with you, I'm like letting my makeup down and my like getting messier because that's like right.
But the point of the story was, it wasn't that long ago. It took me an hour to do a video, and now I can do 16. And even though I've had a business for over 10 years, I am doing a new product. So I have to find the new messaging for that new product. So I went from 1 hour for 1-minute video to 1 hour, 16 minutes. Right. Yeah. So we all have to go through it. And the faster you get stuff out there, the more feedback you'll get.
Yeah. Yep. I wish this, you know, obviously I wish I got a little bit more on here, but I did blast out at a really, like, I've noticed a massive trend that when I blast things out in the afternoon, like if I put that out at 9 o'clock at night, I would have got way more, just feedback and stuff. So I need to figure out how to do this in Google Docs, and then, you know, in the morning or in the evening, blast it out.
That's very simple. You can just do a spreadsheet. Not a problem. Yeah.
I feel like this kind would be better at night, like in the evening, and then do like a picture of me or a picture of me and Sam or something like that in the morning.
I would try to start getting videos out.
Yes, I have to do that.
Okay. So I would rather, there'll be times where you want to get right to the hour. I don't want to sit here for, another half hour just talking about stuff in theory, because it's not a good use of your time. And I don't want you just to be feeling pressured and explaining yourself and apologizing. But I am telling you, the formula for any entrepreneurs, you do have to get up early, do the important stuff first. And that's where I would say to you, because we have another meeting on Monday because I'm traveling next week. So I would say to you, figure it out. It's going to be hard because you're still on holidays, because the rest of us are back and your daughter's not. But figure it out if you want to proceed, and that's the way to do it.
Okay. Okay, so on Monday, what would you like to see me share with you on Monday?
Well, the homework, what homework did I assign you before the holidays?
Just a lot of data mining, just tons of data mining, reading books, doing a lot of stuff. And again, you said just to open a Google Doc and write it all down. That's what you want me to have done?
Well, yeah, I talked to you about joining women's groups, introducing yourself, all that stuff, journaling, pretending you have a podcast. What would you be talking to them about? What stories would you share? What are your big surprises? What concerns do you have? What would you talk to your friends about? All that kind of stuff. So I would do that homework. I'll send it to you again, but I would get the homework done.
Okay. Yeah, send me that and I'll have it done.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I will have it done.
Okay. I will see you Monday.
I'm excited. Okay. Thanks, Chris.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Oh, how you doing?